So next family in your syllabus, that is the Rubiaceae family. The Rubiaceae, the example of the Rubiaceae, that is Ixora coccinea. It is a common ornamental plant that have been used, and they are found in various colors like red, white, pink. So first of all, there will be classifications of the Rubiaceae. So this Rubiaceae comes under the divisions Spermatophyta, that is seed bearing plant. Then subdivision, it is angiospermy. That means the ovules that will be enclosed into the ovary. Then it comes under the class dicotyledone. That means dicotyledone, that is characterized by taproot system, and there will be two cotyledons, then it having the reticulate venations. Then this comes under the subclass Gamopetali, that means Gamo, that means fused, so or unite. So petals, they will be united. Also it is epipetalous. Then it comes under the series inferi, that is ovary inferior and syncarpus. So here these above the ovary, all floral flowers are present, and these carpels, they will be united, that is syncarpus. Then cohort, or which is also called as order, that is rubiales, and which is characterized by axial placentation. Axial placentation, that means the ovules, they will be attached at the center of the ovule, the center axis of the ovule. Then family Rubiaceae, genus Ixora, and species Coccinea. So first of all, the general characters of these Rubiaceae. It comes under the habit of the Rubiaceae members are the mostly plants or shrub. The leaves, they will be sessile or petiolate. Sessile, that means stalk will be absent, or petiolate if the petiole is present to the leaves. Then it is simple and opposite decussate. You can see here in the twigs of this Ixora. So in that you can clearly see in these opposite structures of these leaves. They are oppositely present. They are simply. Then the inflorescence. So inflorescence, it is polychial sign. Polychial sign, that means you can see here picture. So on single stalk, there will be lateral branches are developed, and on that the flowers, they are arranged in the groups. So here the older flower, they are present at the center, and the surrounding the young flowers that will be present. So in inflorescence, there will be polysexual sign inflorescence. Then about the flowers. So flowers, it is actinomorphic flower. They are divided into the two equal parts, that is actinomorphic. Then it is bisexual, that is male and female reproductive present on the single flower. Then epigynous, about the ovary, all floral parts are present, that is epigynous. Then it is bracteate, the small bract-like structure is present at the base of the flower. Then it is tetramerous symmetry, you can see here. So it is four petals are present. So all parts are petals and calyx. They are in four numbers. So it is tetramerous, or they are having the four, or they are differentiated into the four parts. That means it is tetramerous symmetry. Then about the calyx, so calyx it is sepals, four present, and they all are fused. Then petals are also four, and they are gamma petal. They are uh, present also in fused conditions. Then corolla tube very narrow. So you can see here. So these corolla they will be forms the tube-like structures, and they form very narrow tube-like structure. Then androecium are also in four in number. They are epipetalous, and filaments are very short. Epipetalous, that means they are present above the ovary, or the filaments are very short, and anthers are sagittate. So here the sagittate type of or sagittate anther, it is also the identifying characters of the family Rubiaceae. Then gynoecium, it is bicarpellary gynoecium, that means they are having two carpels. Then they are syncarpal, that means they are in fused condition. Then the ori will be inferior, it is all floral part. Then there will be axial placentation at the center. The ovules they will be attached at the central part. Then fruit is uh, globose berry type fruit, and floral formula of uh, lecture. The floral formula of this Rubiaceae family, it is BR, that is bracted. BR bracted. Then there will be actinomorphic structure. So circular and in that plus sign is there. Then there will be male and female reproductive organ, that is bisexual. Then calyx is four calyx. Then these corolla are also four. Then androecium are also four. But here in case of the rubiaceae, these anthers they will be attached to the corolla. That's why here shows the line between corolla and androecium. Then gynoecium, it is two in number, and they are inferior. That's why above the G there will be line. Then the some important plants or important plants of the rubiaceae are coffee, Arabica. In coffee, as you know, their seeds they will be roasted and make powder and prepare the coffee. Then another example, it is Camellia patens. It is a red color ornamental plant. Then Ixorococcinia, that is in various color. It is also the ornamental plant. In that the pink, white, red, various colors they will be developed in this Ixorococcinia. So it is about the rubiaceae. Then next family is about the Solanaceae. It is also comes under the uh, dicotyledone. This Solanaceae, first of all, the in Solanaceae we have discussed here the example of the Physalis minima. So the Solanaceae, in the Solanaceae there first of all the classification. So it is division, subdivision, and class. They will be same. So division is the spermatophyta, then subdivision is angiospermy, class dicotyledone, subclass gamopetalae, which is same like rubiaceae. That is, petals are united, then stamens they will be epipetalous. That means is then series is bicarpellate. It is ovary is bicarpellary. These two carpels are present. Then syncarpous jointed ovaries are there. Then superior ovary. Below the ovary, all floral parts are present. Then cohort is polemonials, that is, flowers are actinomorphic and leaves are alternately present. So then family Solanaceae. Here example we take as genus Physalis and species Minima. Then general characters of the families habit is the small herb and they are mostly present everywhere, so it is common weed. Then the leaves of the Solanaceae are simple, thin membranous, then lobed, rooted. There is the reticulate venation. So the Solanaceae members are these in vegetables like tomato, brinjal, then potatoes. These are the members of the Solanaceae family. So I hope all of you can see this uh, plant of the brinjals. या तो ये फाइसालिस प्लांट भी आपने देखा होगा, ये रोड के साइड में कहाँ पे भी ये प्लांट्स ग्रो होते हैं. So here these inflorescence it is solitary and axillary. So at the leaf axis these flowers will be produced and they are singly present. So it is solitary. Then flowers are the actinomorphic flower. They are divided symmetrically. Then it is bisexual, that is male and female. Reproductive organs are present in single flowers. Then it is hypogynous, pentamerous structure, that is five, they are divided into the five parts. That's why it is pentamerous symmetry. Then the flowers are in pale yellow colors. Then calyx, it is sepals. Five sepals are present, and they all sepals are the fused. That is gamosepalous. The identifying characters of these Solanaceae family, that is bell-shaped calyx. So in most of these members of the Solanaceae, they are having the bell-shaped calyx. Then corolla, it is also in five numbers and they are gamopetalous. They are having the five lobes. Androecium in these flowers or in androecium, there will be five stamens are present. They are epipetalous and anthers. These anthers, they are having the long opening longitudinally or comparatively the long anthers are present and these all anthers they open longitudinally. Then gynoecium, here the ovary is bicarpellary. So ultimately two carpels are present here. Then all these carpels they will be syncarpels, that is jointed. Then superior, below the ovary all floral parts are present. Then ovules, the many numbers of ovules they are present and they shows the exact placentation. They are attached to the axis of this ovule. The fruit, that is globose berry type fruit, are present and they are having the many seeded. So it is also the identifying characters of the family Solanaceae. The floral formula of the Solanaceae is BR, that is bracteate. Then second sign is actinomorphic. Then it is bisexual. Then calyx are five and they are fused. Then corolla are also five. Androecium are also five. These corolla and androecium they are joint or united. So the anthers they are present on the corolla. So shows the connectingly. And then gynoeciums or in that carpels are two numbers and they show the superior ovary. Then economically important plant of the Solanaceae families are Solanum tuberosum, that is potato, then Dhatura inoxa, that is Dhatura plant. In that, it is very or spiny plant, but it is mostly used in different alignments like it is antispasmodic, then it is also poisonous plant and also it will be used medicinally. Then third economic important plant of that family it is Nicotiana tabacum. So leaves uh, of that plants or leaves of the tobacco you are do you know about the tobacco plant? So leaves of that plant it is used in cigar preparation, then narcotics or sedatives. So this is some examples of this Solanaceae family. Here, the first of all, the diagram of this physalis minima in that fruit. um They at the axis there is having the simple leaves and at the axis the single flowers are present. Then you can see here the fruit with persistent uh, acronant calyx. So this calyx, which is identifying characters or bell shaped calyx is present in these Solanaceae members. Then in LS of flowers, you can see the corollas. Then at the center, that will be stamens, then calyx, and at the central part, there will be ovaries present. Then in the transverse section of the ovary, you can see the numbers of ovary, and they are attached to the axis of this. They are attached to the axis part of this or central axis of the ovule. So this is all about the family Solanaceae. Then the next family, the nine experiment. So next family, it is the commelinaceae. So all these uh, previously studied families are comes under the dicot, and this family commelinaceae that comes under the monocot. So here the classification or in commelinaceae, we have discussed about the Camelina bengalensis. So classification of this commelinaceae, it is comes under the division spermatophyta, that is seed bearing plants. Then subdivision angiospermy, that is seed enclosed into the ovary. Then it is comes under the class dicotyledone, sorry, monocotyledone. So, what are the characters of monocot? So, leaves, they show the parallel venation. Then, root system, it is fibrous root system, and seeds having the single cotyledons or one cotyledon. Then, the series of these Commelinaceae, it is the coronary. So it is characterized by bisexual flowers and the ovary superior. Below the ovary, all floral parts are present. Then it comes under the family. Commelinaceae, genus Commelina and species bengalensis. Then let's discuss about some general characters of the Commelina bengalensis. So this Commelina it is, comes under the weedy plants. So it is annual or perennial succulent herbs. Succulent, that means the leaves of this Commelina, they are having the thick leaves. So it is succulent, herbaceous, erect or creeping plants with solar nodes. So in that plant there will be nodes and internodes are present. At the nodal position यहाँ पे आप leaves का base है वहाँ पे देख सकते हो वहाँ पे जो stem है they are little bit swollen वहाँ पे जो stem हुआ है वो swollen दिखेगा. Then these leaves of these commelinaceae we alternate with the basal membranous. They are having the closed sheath is present. Then inflorescence. So inflorescence in these commelinaceae mostly terminal or axillary uh, or scorpinoid or helicoid cyme or terminal cyme or panicle. So in the commelinaceae, little bit small uh, changes will be observed in case of the inflorescence. So here you can see at the central this inflorescence having the boat shaped bracts that will be covered to the whole flowers. In some cases, only the terminal uh, terminal cyme type of these flowers are present. Cyme that means it is present in the bunch, but these younger or older flower they are present at the center, and younger flower they are present at the surroundings. So that is cyme. So in case of the commelinaceae, little bit differentiations are observed in inflorescence. Then flower of that commelinaceae are blue or white in color. They are irregular in shapes. They are bisexual. Then spathe-like bracts and bracteoles are present. Then it is hypogynous. So here in case of this flower you can see the allies of flower. So flowers mostly in Commelina bengalensis it is two bodies blue color and white colored. So they are irregular in shapes. That means all the tepals they are not in same size. Then around this flower, the spathe or leaves-like structure that called as spathe. So they are also developed. Then it is hypogynous about the ori. The all floral parts are present. Then instead of the calyx and corolla, the perianth is developed in the monocots. So here in monocot, which is called as perianth. So these perianths are present in the 6 segments in 2 series, like calyx and corolla. But here not mention the calyx and corolla. It is converted into the perianth, and they are present. They are 6 numbers, but they are arranged in the 2 series. Then androeciums. So androecium it is in 6 numbers, and the filaments, the free filaments are there. Then gynoeciums are 1 to 3 carpels are present, and there syncarpus ori is the superior ori is present. Then style it is very simple style, and stigma it is capitate. and it shows the exile placentation. So, capitate stigma, it is one of the identifying characters of the family commelinaceae. That means the hair-like structures they are present on the stigma. So it is identifying characters of the commelinaceae. Then fruit, it is capsule or nut type fruits, and seeds are the albuminous seeds. So in that, if we take the sections of the seeds, you can found that the albuminous layer in that seed, like the maize or other cereal plants. In that Camelina bengalensis, you can also observe the albuminous layer. Then floral formula. So Camelina bengalensis, it is bracted. Then second sign, it is uh, about the symmetry. Then it is bisexual. Then perianth, it is 3 plus 3 because it is arranged into the two series. Then androecium, it is 6. Gynoecium, it is superior ovary is here, and gynoeciums are in 1 to 3 carpels. They are present in this Camelina bengalensis. Then the economical importance plant in these Camelinaceae families are the Zebrino, Pendula, that this is which are grows as a ornamental plant in various gardens. Then the Tradescantia discola, the you can see the or which is also called as Rio discola. These Tradescantia, they are mostly cultivated in the gardens because of beautiful leaves of that uh, plant. Also, this Tradescantia, this plant that will be used to the analyze the plant tissues or the colored cytoplasm in that plant. In most of these chromosomal study, the Tradescantia birds that will be used for. So for cytological study, these Tradescantia plant will be used. Then third one or third economical important plant, that is Camelina Nudiflora. So Camelina Nudiflora, it is also comes under the commelinaceae, and they can grow in as a weed in rainy season. So these are also some economical important plants comes under the family Commelinaceae. So here it is the member of monocot. Another also one family, that is Poaceae, that we have discussed in next lectures. So for today we have discussed about three families